Ohanaeze Youth praised Nnamdi Kanu for educating Justice Nyako, lawyer Awomolo, on rudiments of Nigerian law. Ohanaeze Youth praised Nnamdi Kanu for educating Justice Nyako, lawyer Awomolo, on rudiments of Nigerian law. Honestly, what Nnamdi Kanu did was indeed an education. He was educating them on the court proceedings, what they should do and what they shouldn't. But let's come to think of this. Do you think that a lawyer or Justice Nyako don't know the law Nnamdi Kanu was referring to and trying to tell them that, look, this is your court. Supreme Court has already ruled that I did not jump bail. So you yourself, you are ruling that I jump bail. So there is a contrary something there that's supposed to be corrected. And everybody knows that Supreme Court, their judgment is like a law. So when a Supreme Court passes a judgment, it's the same thing with Constitution. It is binding. But in Nigeria, this is a different case that we are seeing. I believe that the judge and the lawyer representing the federal government, they knows about the law Nnamdi Kanu was saying. And even the layman understanding, every Nigerian knows that, come on, Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail. Supreme Court have ruled that he did not jump bail. So the only thing that they're supposed to do is to restore his bail application, and case is supposed to start from there. There is an allegoric symbol of justice where a woman holding a balance, sometimes holding a sword and being blindfolded. You see, that blindfold means justice, impartiality, that a judge should be impartial regarding who is coming for justice. A judge is supposed not to know either this is my husband, this is my wife, this is a president, this is a government, this or that. They are blindfolded because only thing they see is justice. But it is contrary to what we are seeing in Nigeria. It seems that in Nigeria, that veil of justice has been removed and replaced with a veil of injustice. This is a veil of injustice because Nigerians have experienced a lot of rascality in the judicial system. The last one we experienced wasn't even the presidential election, because what happened in the presidential election is minor to what happened where a senator stood up in the Senate floor. I'm talking about, is that not the 10th Senate, the 9th Senate, the previous Senate Assembly? So a man stood up and told them that his wife was the president of the appeal court, and he has used his wife to make sure that his colleagues will retain the election they did not win, or we claim election they did not win through the court. That was the highest rascality that a judge could be indicted of, and no one is talking about it up to today. This shows the rottenness in our judicial system. This shows the corruption and rottenness in our government system. But are we going to continue like this? All these judges, I think they have families, they have brothers, they have sisters, they know the truth. And all your education, studying law, about 5 to 6 years, going to the law school, you think maybe it could be stopped by bribery and corruption. Well, what do I know? I'm not a lawyer. I don't know everything about the law, but you know, when the sand is too much in the soup, the blind man will notice that, come on, there is sand in it, even though the person is blind. At this moment, even people who are blind can notice the instability of injustice in Nigeria. So this is an article from Shara Reporters. It says, Ohanaeze Youth praised Nnamdi Kanu for educating Justice Nyako, lawyer Awomolo on rudiments of the Nigerian law. It was written on May 21st, 2024, that is today. The Apex pan-Igbo socio-cultural youth organization, Ohanaeze Youth Council, OYC, has extolled the leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, for educating Justice Binta Nyako, and the counsel for the Nigerian Government, Mr. Solomon Adegboyega Awomolo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, on the rudiments of law concerning his trial. Speaking to newsmen after a federal high court in Abuja denied Kanu bail on Tuesday, May 21st, 2024, the National President General of OYC, Comrade Igboyaka alleged that the presiding judge, Justice Binta Nyako, is under the influence of the federal government led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The facial expression of Justice Binta Nyako in the courtroom when Nnamdi Kanu lambasted and educated her and Mr. Solomon, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, on the fundamental rules of the law showed that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has given negative instructions to Justice Binta Nyako over the court case on Kanu, he said. Now, what the Ohanaeze Youth Council president is saying is that he was in the court, that the expression of the judge, her lordship Justice Binta Nyako, when Nnamdi Kanu was calling them, he said the expression seems that, oh, it's like the judge is feeling sorry about what she did psychologically, but he himself feels, that is his opinion, he feels that the federal government must have given a negative instruction to the woman not to allow Nnamdi Kanu to go. Now, let me read the next article. It says, Igboyaka recounted that the Supreme Court was silent on granting bail to Kanu, but was very vocal in condemning Operation Python Dance of the federal government in 2017 that claimed the lives of over 200 civilians. He recalled that the Apex Court also condemned the abduction of Kanu in Kenya and noted that the IPOB leader didn't jump bail but fled Nigeria due to the attack by the military. It is unfortunate that Binta Nyako is not making any reference to the judgment of the Supreme Court, but believing and declaring that Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail contrary to the legal provision of the Supreme Court judgment. It is obvious that Justice Binta Nyako relied on the guided script of the federal government led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to decide the bail application of Nnamdi Kanu filed by the lead counsel, Barrister Aloy Ejimako, he said. Igboyaka commended Kanu's braveness and doggedness in court for educating Justice Nyako and Awomolo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, stating that the provision of Section 2, subsection 3F of Terrorism Prevention and Provision Act of the Federal Republic of Nigeria implies that attempting to try Nnamdi Kanu by federal government is purely committing act of terrorism. So that was what Nnamdi Kanu was saying yesterday, that, come on, the provision of the law did not even permit you to try me because I was illegally abducted from Kenya, and that was what the Supreme Court, which is the apex court in the land, has stated. So what I'm saying here is contrary to the provision of the law. That was what Nnamdi Kanu was telling them. According to him, it is clear that Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya by the government in collaboration with the Kenyan government, thereby breaching international and local laws. He said that means that Kanu cannot be tried in any court of contempt jurisdiction in Nigeria. He also said the way Nnamdi Kanu was abducted, smuggled to Nigeria, there is no window of law to commence trial. For such trial by Justice Binta Nyako will lead to legal somersault of Nigeria to the diplomatic treaty they signed with Kenya. So let me stop the articles there. So the summary of the article is that the Ohanaeze Youth Council are saying that Nnamdi Kanu should be praised and he should be commended for his doggedness, his braveness, for educating or schooling the justice and the federal government lawyer that is the prosecutor. So I believe what they said, but it's not only them. The whole Nigerians understood what was going on, and they are hailing Nnamdi Kanu for his braveness, his ability to speak the truth without any fear or favor. So that is what freedom stands for. Your ability to remain resilient and not fearing any kind of oppression. Because if Nnamdi Kanu has gone down, you know, his spirit, and he's now maybe he's coming to court to beg, they will say, oh yes, we have captured this man, let us release him. But now they have seen that this man is not surrendering. I know that time will come. They will be tired about Nnamdi Kanu. There is no two ways about it. And when they are tired of him, they will let him go. That is it. Let me know what you think about this. I am Okocha Happy Marcel. Kindly help me share this video. Subscribe to my channel, and above all, always come by for daily updates. Thank you.